Hill sponsors Martin vs. Joshua on Sky Sports Box Office.
This is KUGAN CASSIUS Rifle TV in association with Macklin's Gym Marbella. With the weigh-in here for Martin Joshua with me. I've got Haymaker himself, David Haye. Well, as soon as you turned up there...
Yeah, that big idiot, Shannon, let's go chump, Briggs, starts screaming his usual catchphrase in my face. He got really close. I was like, oh. I had to use genuinely every fibre of my being to restrain myself from decapitating him. Seriously, I was just thinking to myself, don't hit this guy, don't hit this guy, don't hit this guy. But he got really close. That's about as close as I can get to the wire before I snap. So I'm really glad that, I was really happy now that it didn't go over that line. Because once it goes over that line, once I go in that red zone, it's all kinds of carnage. Tripods get wheeled around.
When you came to the press conference the other day, obviously the security were in, and the distance between yourselves was, you know, unless you've got arms as long as whatever.
I didn't feel any threat last time. It wasn't in my face.
But he came up and did a little hair flick, blah blah blah.
I genuinely can't remember the hair flick. Did he hit me? Did he flick my hair?
I watched it back. It was a little.
Did he flick there? Show me how he flicked it. Did he flick the hair? Is that technically? I genuinely can't remember. I don't know. I genuinely can't remember it. I was kind of in the zone a bit.
But we've seen you like hit Derek Chisora with a bottle in a press conference before. So
I hit him with a bottle. What are you exaggerating for? I punched him and I had a bottle in my hand. Big difference. Bottling someone is getting bottled.
I apologise.
You're holding a bottle and you punch someone, you just happen to have a bottle in your
hand.
Very
clever, Mr. Haye.
So no, it's not very clever. It's the truth. No one got bottled or glassed.
But what I'm saying to you is you're put into these situations, these confrontation situations.
Yeah. I don't like them because in my past, when this happened, bad things happen, and it's not good for me. I'm not a big advocate for fighting outside of the ring for no reason. You know, I'm a professional prize fighter. All it takes is me to punch someone with no hand wraps, I break my hand, I can't fight again. You know, it's just too much at stake. It's illegal to hit someone, you know, outside of a boxing environment. So I don't like being forced to potentially have to do that. Really don't like it.
As we understand, Shannon will fight on your undercard May 21st at the O2. Has that been signed? Or is that, because when I spoke to him earlier on, he said that there's been talks about that, and then potentially with a fight.
It's been agreed, and he will be fighting on it. Yeah, definitely.
So if he comes through unscathed, touch wood, so do you. Is that nailed on for the summer then, you and Briggs?
Yeah, definitely.
Yeah.
If he fights someone on the card and wins, I'll fight him next. Told him that. I'll do that. And not only fight him, I'll bang him out. And you'll never hear "Let's Go Champ" ever again. I'll put an end to the "Let's Go Champ" movement.
What does it do for your career to beat Shannon Briggs then?
It doesn't do anything for my career. It just gives the fans a fun night of watching someone get battered.
That's it, plain and simple.
That's it, plain and simple. They're going to see me beat him up, and it'll be quite funny because he's quite tough. So he might get busted up for a few rounds. But if you think the beating that Vitaly Klitschko dished at him was bad, wait till you see what I do to him.
Wow.
He's very. At first, it was funny, genuinely funny. I used to find him quite amusing. And I used to watch him doing it to Vladimir Klitschko, running around on the surfboard and going throwing water over him. All that. I used to find that was funny. But then when it's on you, it's not that funny. I don't really like it that much, so I've got to punish him for it. Best way to do it is in the ring.
In the ring.
I could have done it over there, but good as that.
Is it likely that you'll come back here for that fight? You'll come back. You're obviously fighting May 21st here at the O2. Is it a possibility that fight, if it's to take place between you and Briggs, could happen here as well?
Possibly, yeah. Yeah, quite possibly, yeah.
It's the new home of Haye, isn't it?
Yeah, I do like
it's
it.
It's not the new home of Haye.
I unified the cruiserweight division here. Great arena, the O2 arena, fantastic. Now back here again in 6 weeks, May 21st against Arnold the Cobra, 29-0. So looking forward to knocking him out, and then hopefully that big idiot Briggs, let's go Chump's going to win his fight. Then we'll fight after.
Do you believe he'll stay here, obviously, until and then?
Apparently he's moved here. Apparently everyone's chased. And the amount of people that's phoned me said, I saw Shannon Briggs running around asking for you. So anyway, wonder what. I was going to get knocked out anyway. So I like having that motivation. I had that same feeling for the Derek Chisora fight. And that was a decent fight. I didn't like him.
Probably one of the best build-ups over the last 10 years to a heavyweight fight there was.
Yeah.
The whole cage thing and.
Yeah. So that I genuinely wanted to knock him out, and I said that he'd never been knocked out ever. He'd never been knocked down at that point. What's his face? Chisora. Never been knocked out. Just went 12 rounds with Vitaly Klitschko. So there was nothing to suggest I could knock him out. But I said I'll knock him out in 5 rounds. Promised it. I said everyone around me, if it goes into the 6th round, I'd consider this a loss. I'd be consider myself crap, and it was a failure of a victory. Winning on points. Go back to interviews I did. Winning on points wasn't an option for me. It's like, why would I want to win on points against you? I'm just way better, and I punch too hard, and no one, when I'm letting my hands go, can go 12 rounds. Same thing goes with this guy here. He's talked himself into a spectacular beating.
These are your immediate plans between now and the summer. Tomorrow night, Anthony Joshua obviously has a chance to become IBF heavyweight champion. Where does he fit into your plans? Because you've been very vocal about him, not just over the last few weeks, but over sort of the last 3 or 4 months. So where does he fit into your sort of longer term plans?
Longer term plans depends on how he gets on tomorrow. If he wins the fight tomorrow, then I think I saw a quote from him saying he wants like a couple of easy defences or something like that. You see that? So he picked out a few names.
A couple of voluntary, but then Eddie Hearn's talking about him and Fury and so I don't know, but obviously that won't happen now because Fury's fighting Klitschko.
I don't know. He wants a couple of easy defences probably, and then if he wants to big fight, if he wants to fight that makes the difference. You got 2 schools of thought. You can fight 2 or 3 decent-ish fights against nobodies, or you can have one big mega fight. But having that fight, you're at risk because you're gonna have to fight someone very, very good. Fighting me, I'm not sure if it'd be the favourite. After I've had a couple of fights, after you've seen me back in action, you'll think to yourself, okay, I guarantee you by the time I get in the ring with him, whenever that is, I'll be the favourite for that fight. And there's one thing fighting someone you're the favourite in, but when it goes the other way round, it changes people's outlook on what they want in boxing.
How many fights will you have this year? You've already had one. You have
I've already had one. A minimum of 3, probably maximum of 4.
Right.
And that's if you look back at my record, that's a busy schedule for me. I don't normally fight that often, but as I said from the start, I want to keep regular. I've got aspirations of regaining the heavyweight championship. So lots of fights to have, and there's some fun fights on the way. Briggs will be a fun fight. Can you imagine that? And the amount of people, more people are saying to me, fight Shannon Briggs than even Joshua at the moment, or Fury, or more people are coming to go, fight this guy. They just seem. He seems to have captured the public's imagination, so if the fans want it, the fans will get it.
Just finally, it was announced today that Klitschko will rematch Fury on the 9th of
Where was it announced?
July.
Was it announced from Klitschko?
Peter Fury did. 9th of July.
I think the timing of that announcement is kind of interesting.
In Manchester though, so...
I can't see it happening personally. I heard from Team Klitschko, or someone who went to it, and they said it wasn't going to be in England, it was going to be in Germany. So I'd wait for an official announcement from Klitschko before putting anything out about where and when it's going to be.
Well, this is all over Sky, all over. But I'm not sure. Like I said, I don't know whether
get the source confirmed. Because I heard opposite, and that was from Team Klitschko. So I was going to, I don't know who's lying. But I think it's funny that it was announced today at Joshua's weigh-in. Why was it not announced in 2 days' time, or when it was supposed to be announced?
Let's just assuming, we'll take it for what it is, the fight is happening on July 9th. You back Fury to win again?
Yeah. But I don't know what it literally. We know what Tyson Fury's got, and normally we knew what Vladimir Klitschko had. Depends. If Vladimir Klitschko, who turned up last time, turns up, he loses. If Vladimir Klitschko, who turned up 5 years ago, then he wins. So literally, it's solely down to what he's got left. Normally, fighters, once it seems like they've lost it, they've normally lost it. Once you get a singer, no matter how great they are, once their voice box is busted, it's done, and they can't rewind the clock and know, remember James Brown, as great as he is as a dancer, when he's in his 60s and 70s, he ain't hitting them splits like he used to. You know, but he's still the same person. But you could always want to be like he was when he was 25. But once it goes, and maybe that's the situation with Vladimir.
David, sorry. David, listen, thank you very much for talking to Iphil TV. There's some other people that want to talk to you as well.
No problem.
So, thanks for coming back, man of your word.
No problem.
And we'll catch up.
May 21st, O2 Arena.
Please pronounce his last
there.
name for me.
I can't, I don't want to show it. Jarjaj. Apparently. Jarjaj. The Cobra.
The Cobra.
Yeah. They don't announce it. It starts with like 4 G's or something.
4 J's and 4 G's in it. David, thank you very much for talking to Iphil TV, and we'll
problem.
catch up with you hopefully tomorrow. All right?
Yeah, for sure.
Cheers, mate.
William Hill sponsors Martin vs. Joshua on Sky Sports Box Office.